Your knees aren't the problem. Something 3 joints away is. I know how that sounds. Your knee is the one that hurts, so obviously the knee is broken. Except pain location and pain cause are 2 very different addresses, and your knee might just be renting space for a problem your hip actually owns. Here's the reframe.
A knee joint is mostly a hinge. It bends and straightens. That's basically its whole job description. It doesn't have much say in which direction your leg travels side to side. That decision gets made further up the chain, mostly at your hip. But here's the part that actually explains why it's this specific pain, in this specific spot, and not somewhere else. It's not random, it's not bad luck, it's your knee getting dragged into a fight that started at your hip every single time you squat, run, or climb stairs. If you don't believe me, look at the research. A well-documented body of sports science literature on knee injuries keeps landing on the same finding. Weak hip abductors, especially a muscle called the glute medius, show up again and again in people with knee valgus, that inward knee collapse you've probably seen in your own squat video without knowing what to call it. Here's the mechanism. Your glute medius sits on the side of your hip, and its job is to keep your femur, your thigh bone, tracking straight when your leg is under load. When that muscle is weak, your thigh rotates inward every time you plant your foot, whether you're squatting, running, or just walking downstairs. Your knee doesn't rotate on its own. It just gets pulled wherever your thigh bone drags it. Think of your knee like the middle car of a train. It doesn't choose its own direction. It goes wherever the car in front of it goes. Blame the middle car for derailing, and you're looking in the wrong place entirely. Every car behind the engine is just following orders, and your knee has never once been the engine. Here's the mistake nobody talks about. People with knee pain go straight to knee exercises. Leg extensions, knee sleeves, foam rolling the IT band for the 100th time. All of that treats the car, not the engine. Meanwhile, the actual cause, a weak hip, never gets touched. So what actually helps? Hip abductor strength, specifically, trained consistently, not just once. A clamshell, lying on your side, knees bent, opening your top knee like a shell while keeping your feet together, directly targets the glute medius.
A lateral band walk, a resistance band around your knees or ankles, stepping sideways while keeping tension on the band, trains the same muscle under load. A single leg glute bridge adds stability demand on top of strength. None of these are knee exercises. That's the point. Now here's how to know if this applies to you. Film your squat from the front, phone propped up, nothing fancy needed.
If your knees dive inward as you descend, especially on the way up out of the bottom, that's hip weakness showing up in real time, not a knee problem announcing itself. And no, taping your knee or wearing a brace doesn't fix this. It might reduce the pain temporarily by limiting motion, but it doesn't touch the actual weakness causing the collapse. You've padded the symptom and left the cause exactly where you found it. There's a reason knee exercises became the default fix too. The pain is in your knee, so your brain naturally sends you looking for a knee solution. It's the same instinct that makes you rub a headache instead of checking if you're dehydrated. The location of the pain and the location of the problem just aren't always the same address, and nothing about how pain feels tells you that automatically. Here's a comparison that makes this click. Picture 2 runners with identical knee pain. One spends 6 weeks doing leg extensions and stretching their IT band. The other spends 6 weeks on hip abductor work, clamshells, band walks, glute bridges, without touching a single knee-specific exercise. The first runner's pain often plateaus or comes back the moment mileage increases again, because the thigh is still collapsing inward with every stride. The second runner's knee stops taking the hit in the first place, because the thing dragging it inward finally got strong enough to stop. Same starting pain, completely different root cause addressed. This isn't a never train your knees directly video. Quad strength matters too, and building it isn't wasted effort. It's just that if your knee pain shows up specifically during squats, running, or stairs, and your knees are caving inward when it happens, hip weakness is the far more likely root cause, and it's the one almost nobody checks first. Before you go try this, a quick word on recovery, because if your knee's been cranky for a while, easing into new movement patterns matters as much as the exercises themselves. Today's sponsor handles exactly that gap, but we'll get back to your knees in a second. So here's your actual takeaway. Film your squat. Check for that inward knee collapse, side to side, both legs. If you see it, spend a few weeks on clamshells, band walks, and single leg glute bridges before you spend another $1 on knee sleeves. Your knee was never the one making the decision. So yeah, your knees aren't the problem. Now you know where to actually look and where to actually start. Follow for more breakdowns like this, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the exercise experiences you've probably never heard of.